Many years ago, a group of people around Teesside who all looked after hedgehogs in their own homes and in their own time decided it would be a good idea to get together and be more organised and be more connected with each other and help each other out. So they formed the society. That was back in 1990. It grew quite rapidly and we got more people interested to the extent that in 1992 we became a registered charity.
Well, we bring them in when they need help and try and figure out what's wrong with them. And if there is, we medicate them and do the treatment that we need to do. If they're too small, we feed them up after they've had the treatment and hopefully release them back where we found them.
I saw a little hedgehog just across the way, out during the day alone with a head injury. So I instantaneously picked her up and sought her help. That day, awful, because she went to the vets and the vets put her to sleep. That doesn't happen here now, because now if they come in here and they've got any threats, any maggots, any fly stripe or anything like that, I drag them in and I treat them and I bring them back to health.
Now we've been going for quite some time. If people were to Google hedgehog rescue, we tend to come up a lot. It means it links everybody together. So if someone in Redcar finds a hedgehog, then go on Facebook and we can point them to a rescuer in Redcar, etc.
We'd found a hedgehog in the garden and that's what set us off, and we got thinking and talking and looking at the ones in the garden, and then Sue from the Cleveland Hedgehog Preservation Society came down and had a chat with us, and then a few months later we decided we would start doing it, and she taught me pretty much everything that I know.
People have very sterile gardens now. They have patios and gravel and false grass, no good for wildlife at all. They have big high fences that go all the way down to the floor, which means there's a lack of what we call hedgehog highways, which is the access in and out of gardens for hedgehogs.
I had one a few months ago and she was called Summer, and she came in and she'd been picked up by a dog in Darlington and the vets passed her on to me just to make sure she was all right. She's coming here and she's had hoglets. She's been pregnant at the time. What she's done is she's come out during the day to get some food to stock up what she needs to carry her hoglets to term and then go back to bed, and the dogs picked her up. She turned out okay. Her and 3 hoglets got released a few months ago, which was a hell of a happy ending.
The first thing we say to people is if you can put it in a high-sided box and put a cover over it, so because they tend to get a bit agitated if they're not covered over, and try and find a rescue. Only give water. The reason for that is if they're dehydrated and they try and eat, they use too much energy up to be eating the food, which if they're very poorly, that makes them more poorly. So we just ask to give water, a high-sided box, and then find a rescue.
The ideal thing is to have a small hole at the bottom of your fence, about the size of a DVD, about 5 inches across, to allow hedgehogs in and out the garden. Several of these around the border of your garden is ideal, and also encourage your neighbours to do the same. If you're getting a brand new fence built, you can buy the proper gear that has a hole at the bottom to allow hedgehogs through. That's probably the best thing you can do. Also, in your garden, if you can keep a bowl of water out, a bowl of fresh water all year round, that's brilliant for wildlife.
If they would like to attract hedgehogs into their garden, it would be good to put a small bowl of biscuits out. And if there are hedgehogs about, they will find them.
We have a Facebook page, Facebook group, Cleveland Hedgehog Preservation Society, and we also have a website which is cleveland-hedgehogs.co.uk, and both have instructions on how to donate.